The national tour of a musical theater favorite opened in Dallas just last night.
Into the woods where nothing's clear, where witches, ghosts, and wolves appear. Into the woods and through the fear, you have to take the journey. Into the woods and
Stephen Sondheim's Tony-winning classic Into the Woods is celebrating 30 years of mashing up fairy tales, but it's a whole new experience in this unique and acclaimed new version presented by Fiasco Theater. So we welcome two stars this midday to tell us all about it. Vanessa Riesland, who plays the witch, and Fred Rose, who plays Mysterious Man. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon.
Happy to be here.
So opening night was just last night, we mentioned. How did it go?
It was great.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was wonderful. This was my first time performing in Dallas, and the house was very into it. So that was a nice welcome, yeah, for sure.
It was very exciting.
I want to talk a little bit about your characters. Vanessa, you played the witch, and that must be such a fun role to play.
It's the most fun I've ever had, ever on stage, and I've been doing this a long time. There's a point in the show where she talks about how right she is about the things that she's talking about.
She's a humble witch, huh?
Yeah, exactly. So it's nice to play someone with ultimate confidence in what they do and say. It's, you know, morally ambiguous to the rest of the people, but she knows what she's doing, and she's got some good points that she makes about life.
And Fred, you play the mysterious man. What makes this man so mysterious?
Well, for the whole first half of the show, nobody knows who I am. I just come in and say random little sort of riddles to try to get people to do what I want them to do for my agenda, and they don't know who I am or why I'm there, and so that's where that title comes from. But you find out in Act 2 who I really am.
And speaking of this one role, I understand you play multiple roles in the show, or at least characters. They're not just playing one person throughout the entire performance. Let's talk about that. That's interesting.
Yeah, each actor has a different track, and some of us play more characters than others. I personally play one character the whole time, but the witch in the first act is very different from the witch in the second act, because of a surprise that we will save for when everyone comes to see it. But but so it's almost like playing two different characters. And then Fred, you're responsible for a lot in this show.
Yeah, I'm only one character for the whole show. I guess you and I maybe, well, there's a few of us that are.
In addition to the roles, though, I understand this version is very much stripped down as well. You guys are very interactive with the set itself, sort of operating, I guess, instruments or props on the show.
We make anything that you hear or see in the production, except for the lights, is coming from us.
That's awesome. And even the musicians, normally you'd find them in a pit, but in this case, they're actually on stage with you guys?
We are
the musicians as well.
Fred, in addition to being an incredible actor, is a just glorious musician. Really, really beautiful.
That must push you guys a lot. I mean, in addition to the lines, remembering the script, you're also playing instruments and moving stuff around physically. Is it grueling?
It's a pretty exhausting show. Yeah,
it is. I move around less than most people in the show, but when I'm not running around, I'm playing the cello, and so we all have to be locked in mentally the whole time, because it's like a machine, and if one little thing goes off the rails, then the whole thing could fall apart. You know what I mean?
So you guys have to be on it all the time.
Yeah.
Well, we appreciate you guys coming out and giving us a little preview of what folks can expect. So if you're interested, Into the Woods plays at the Winspear Opera House through May 28th. And if you'd like to get some tickets, just head on over to attpac.org.